And there we go, the microphone is on. Happy Saturday, October the 21st of 2023. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And a very good afternoon, or evening, or morning to all of you, depending on where you are. And I know people are in different places, all over the planet. I smell skunk coming in my window. Ha! Oh boy, what a wonderful day. Done the stroke convinced me to carry on quitting. Oh, good. Okay, good, quit there, piggy. You want to quit that smoking thing. That's a bad habit. All right, thank you for the welcomes from good people like Sue and Grandma B and Henry saying, I hear you, Doc. And thanks, Colin as well, and Piggy and Adele and everyone else. And eat Dr. Fox. Is that what the mouse said, Hermione? I don't know, or maybe a Fluffy. Anyway, good to have you all on board. Welcome first off to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and Sue and the C&D Boy and Yvonne Kunkel and Gary 24/7 Live AZ Skies. I'm not in different places. I'm in one place only. Are you sure about that? Every time you move from here to there, you're in a different place, aren't you, Gary? Huh? Maybe you're staying put for right now, but anyway, all cool. Let's see. Yeah, so those are our moderators, and we have a few more there. Of course, some of them will pop in on occasion, others won't, so not a big deal. But welcome to the moderators. Thanks all for being here. And glad that you are here. I appreciate the help and the awesome input. And let's get going and saying hello to everyone. And we'll start out by saying hi to Hermione and Fluffy and Adele and King Colin and Don Arnold and Henry Nelson as we go up. And Juliet is also here. And I think it was Juliet who got cookies, and because she was first. Speaking of cookies, I haven't set them out yet. Sets out fresh lava cookies. I gotta type that out and put them in there. Otherwise, nobody gets cookies today. That would be a shame. Why is my cookies not working? There they are. Will I get cookies out for everyone? There you go. And Grandma B is here. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Layla. Welcome back, Layla. And we going still scrolling upward here, looking for more names in between all these others. Amelia, Kia Ora, and good to have you on board. And let's see who else we've got. Dan is on board. Welcome, Dan. Grandma B we got already. Going up the list a little bit more and seeing if we can spot other names in between. Kevin Williams is here. Welcome, Kevin. And who else we got? All the way up to the top, I don't see any other names, but I hope everyone has been said hello to, and if not, just speak up and say, hey, you missed me or something. And that's all good. So anyway, yeah, interesting day. Nothing really crazy going on out there in the world. I was looking around. Popocatépetl, of course, has been kind of continuously punching out its wonderful tephra and dark ash and so on. Hey, Rayola just popped in, and Thor as well. Hi, Rayola and Thor, welcome. Anyway, yeah, so Popocatépetl has been busy doing a lot of ash deliveries. So, very interesting that way. Haven't seen too much more from any of the other volcanoes really doing anything too terribly heavy. I know Villarrica is still doing a little bit of output there. Not sure what else we got going on, but let's start going around. Hey, Susie is here. Welcome. Let's stop our canned lava and we'll get over and take a look and see what's happening in Hawaii, and we'll have a look and see what we've got. Oh, we can get rid of that big banner. How about there? Click on that guy. Okay. Looking at, we see Helema and the edges. Why is my hamster not showing? I quickly show the hamster. There we go. You can see the edge of Helema where it's smoking here, and of course over here where that major steamer slash smoker is, and all the way around the edges. Central lava pond, you can see, is still empty. Does have that little thing that built up there a little while ago, but that seems to have very little smoke coming off of it. And looking at the dropped area in the southwest corner of Helema still no new fresh lava hasn't dropped down anymore from what we can see. Southwest vent still there, and steam rising off of the southern side, southwest area. And of course those trails were closed not too far away from the caldera here, to keep people out in case something happens. Anyway, that's kind of what we got going on there. I'm not going to worry about too much. It hasn't popped yet. This, of course, is a shot from that south camera looking northward, and we do see the glow spots still showing up there, and our Pig Island would be in the middle here. So these are definitely still indicating very hot lava underneath there, and we see a couple little glow spots further on. That's beyond that lava point, back over in the old west vent area. So still there. Let's refresh that one to see what it looks like now. Sherry Hewitt also here. Welcome, Sherry. And there's the eastern side there, that steamer on what we refer to as the edge of Helema. And we can see steam coming off of the walls here as well, and over in the far edge on the northwest side. Interesting to see that. And of course there you can see Pig Island. We know that one glow point was about there. The other ones were in here, so that's all pretty cool. And the west vent area, and that's where the other two little glow spots were. So that's what we're seeing there. Let's pop over to the next view. Unfortunately, from the B1 camera, we're not seeing a darn thing, so let's refresh it. That is what we're seeing from it right now. And there's the eastern side of Helema steaming away, and you can see the steam rising from the east side, so pretty cool. Or, well, we're facing west. And of course you can see Mauna Loa in the distance without any problems. Also seeing that steam coming off of the wall there, and our central area in Helema doing its thing. So let's leave that be. This was the thermal, and no, it didn't get hotter. This is just a contrast from at night. Let's refresh it so we can see what the differences are. There you go. And we're not seeing any hot influx of anything. There's those glow spots, the far ones over here. So neat to see, and still seeing a fair bit of warmth in there. Obviously we know there is hot lava slash magma underneath there somewhere, and we'll see what happens in the near future. So hoping it will erupt, at least. Well, I hope it erupts within the caldera rather than outside of it. I think that would save things a little bit and put people's minds at ease a little bit more. Anyway, that's what it's looking like today, so we'll make that one smaller. We're going to head over to our next place of call here, and that of course is in Iceland. And we're going to start out with, of course, I refreshed these before the show. Why would they stay refreshed, eh? Anyway, kind of interesting. The color almost looks like it's gone out of this one, but you do see the silhouette of Cape Lear, and in the background of the lights of Grindavik, and of course the glow off of the clouds up top here from the lights. Let's see what this one looks like. See if that one is that's got that better glow. So the other one's probably in IR mode. Anyway, that's what we see on the other shot. Let's back that up a little bit and see what we had about, oh, this is 6.5 hours ago. Not quite as steamy as yesterday, but certainly still has a bunch of steam spots here that you can see all over the place, and it does look like the wind is going in various directions. Well, maybe not various, but it looks like it might be heading to the west here from the looks of things. Anyway, Cape Lear in the background, the Ribby vent, and certainly looks darker. I don't know why. All that snow that they had has melted, which is another good thing. Let's back that up a little bit more and see what it looked like a little bit earlier. And this is about 9.5 hours ago, or 9:44 a.m. A little bit more steamy because of the things hadn't evaporated off yet. We'll see what happens in the near future here. In a few hours, I'm sure it would have evaporated. One of the unfortunate things was that camera went off for a while, so we can't really check in between there. But this was a little earlier. You can see it was actually raining at one point. Anyway, putting that one back on live, we'll get that done with. Go to the next shot. And this one, of course, is up on Thorbjorn. And Thorbjorn just south of the Blue Lagoon and the power plant and the wonderful hotel Yvonne likes to stay at. Let's back that up about 6 hours, see what it looked like then, and get a better idea. Yep, rain in that area, and you can still see the top of Ragnar over here, over in the Fragedalfjall area. So that is pretty awesome, and you can see a little bit of the ocean right there, the Atlantic. So we're kind of looking to the northwestish in that direction, looking pretty awesome. Let's go back just a little bit more here and see if it was much different earlier. Ooh, a little bit of blue out there. Yeah, so typical Icelandic weather, and that doesn't surprise me. Ooh, we got an alien craft landed here. I'm kidding. I have no idea what caused that light. Obviously somebody's driving around out there or something. Anyway, I will leave that be, leave the alien, and we'll go to the next view, and of course that is the capital city itself. Quick peek at it, and there you go. It doesn't look too bad there, actually. We do see the beacons going by that are mounted on top of the Perlin Center where the cameras are, and we see that it's got to be fairly foggy or hazy. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, let's go back about, we'll hit it just about 7 hours ago. There is some blue sky, and not a bad day there. Definitely still see all the brown leaves on the trees, and the snow mostly melted up on top of the mountains too. So that is pretty cool, or warm. I guess warmer would be the key to melting snow. Anyway, yep, doesn't look too bad. That is at 10:10 a.m. Not bad looking at all for an Icelandic day. We'll put that back on live and go over to our next one. This one, of course, is supposed to be our wonderful Katla, but well, you can see not. Well, we can't see, actually. It's hiding in the clouds over here. Definitely some heavy precipitation there. Let's see if we can spawn it a little further back. And it does look like it was windy. Some broken cloud. We can see some sunshine poking through, but absolutely no visibility of Katla. And earlier, more fog. So no go on seeing Katla today. None at all. We know it's there though. I don't think anyone's taken it away. Let's put that one back on live, and we'll make that smaller. Go to the other side, see if we can spot it from this angle. And I doubt it, but we'll take a look. Yeah, look at that. That cloud is just sitting right on top of that hill, and I bet you it's dumping some rain and snow in there to make things look prettier and cleaner, as we would think. Anyway, going back a little bit more, yeah, looks like definitely some downpours and likely snow. So, all right, let's see what we can come up with on our next shot. And of course, that is down on the Reykjanes Peninsula. Let's improve the quality of that first off. And this is down beside the lighthouse. You can see that lighthouse beacon going by. Off in the distance here, we see the lights of Grindavik and the Navy communication towers, and some guy driving out in the area here where that steam geyser is, as well as the power plant, and the glow on the clouds up here from the city of Reykjavik, kind of lighting it up. Let's go back about 6 hours or so to get a pretty good idea of what it looked like there. And yep, quite windy. Camera's shaking, so obviously it has to be windy. And quite a bit of steam coming out. Still seeing extra steam being let off in these other events here, so still ample heat down there for them to be able to do that. Unfortunately, too poor of visibility to be able to see anything over at the Blue Lagoon over there, but that's where it's located. And that's it for this guy. Even if we go back a little further, we still don't see the distance stuff very well. Kind of hazy there today, so let's leave that be, and let's go over to our next thing. And we're going to make this one smaller, and we are going to do that. Hey, it's JB, welcome, and John Raper also popped in. Good to have you on board. And it is a break time, but we wanted to look at that real quick. Somebody turned off the sensor for a few hours. Let's refresh that, take a look and see what it is doing. See, they turned it on just to watch it go down again. I wanted to see it go up. Anyway, that's what we've got, so pretty awesome. And it's a downward trend though, unfortunately. I'm still thinking we're on a real yo-yo ride here. We may see something pop up soon. Silversmith, I popped in. Oh, you popped in, huh? Cool. Anyway, let's take a little bit of a break here. It is that time. So I'm going to put you back on the can lava. We will explore the rest of the charts after the break, and then we will get into the Icelandic earthquakes. I haven't even checked them today. I was doing other things, so we'll do our stuff and to keep you updated. Let's see if we can get this one back to canned lava. There we go. All right, for those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do give it a quick bop. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Here comes some music, and play nice in the lava. I'll be back. And there we go, the microphone's back on. I couldn't resist that, piggy. Anti-piggy. I guess if you're an anti-piggy, oh, never mind. We'll leave that alone. Congratulations, piggy. So that's all cool. Thank you for the welcome backs from John and JB and Layla. Welcome. And thanks Henry and Colin and Susie and Sue and Hermione and Fluffy. Okay, God, I'm an aunt, a great aunt, a grandmother, and a great nanny. Oh boy, Piggy, they're calling you all kinds of names. I don't know what you're gonna do about that. Thank you, Sherry, for the welcome back. Thanks, Piggy. All right, let's get back over to the wonderful charts we were going to look at and see what we've got going, hiding from them. There you go. Anyway, we did look at this one, and that is the ODF chart. That is to the northern end of Erupción, and we see the action that did take place there. Kind of what was going on. I'm going to refresh it just to see if anything more popped in. I don't think we had any weird spikes or anything, and no, we didn't. So let's carry on, and we did see that a downward trend. Not sure if that's going to uphold for long or if we're going to see some other action in the area. Anyway, next one we want to take a look at is Krusvik, and from 2 days ago it's dropped quite a bit, but we are still seeing the wave pattern here, and we do see the magmatic. It did have an uptick in the latter part of the morning, and then it did drop back down for the early evening stuff. Seismicity about the same, and then our tectonic action moved up about the same and did have a drop off as well. To me, that would indicate tectonic movement rather than a magmatic happenings of sorts, but hey, you never know. Let's take a look at the next one, this HRV. There we go, you can see it now. Anyway, it too did drop up and down, almost a similar pattern to the Krusvik one, and did also do the same as far as the seismicity. And tectonic had a little bit more action in it, a little bit more movement, but also kind of followed suit with what we were seeing. So very likely that it was tectonic. Let's go take a look at the Grindavik one. The HRV one is right to the, sorry, well, let's, yeah, I guess we call it right to the east of Erupción, and then the Grindavik one is to the southwest. And you see that same uptick and drop again, same thing with in the magmatic as well as the seismicity and the tectonic movement. So I'm really now thinking that what we're seeing there is tectonic movement. Let's look at the one for Grimsey. Grimsey was pretty steady as she goes till around noonish, and then it started to drop off as far as magmatic and seismicity, gentle decline for the most part, but not bad, holding steady there, and a slight uptick with one little tiny spike in here as far as our tectonic movement. So very little movement up in the northern area as far as what I can see. And next one we're going to take a look at is Auslandsmunga, and that is just north of Katla. It's a pretty good indicator, and there we go. And we did see that yesterday it was up fairly high, but it had a phenomenal decline, and all three are going downward. So our magmatic, our seismicity, and tectonic, and that is a pretty good indicator that yes, what we see today there in Iceland is tectonic movement rather than magmatic movement. Askja, kind of centrally located, and we see it went on a downward curve with its magmatic, Seismicity did pop up a little bit and then dropped as well. Same thing goes for our tectonic movement. So, yep, I think for sure that what we have seen here would definitely be what I refer to as some plate moving, plate shift, rather than magmatic intrusions. So hopefully that'll be okay. Let's get over to the earthquakes, and we'll see what we've got there. In the last 24 hours, according to this chart, we've got 40 earthquakes, which isn't really all that many. So let's have a look and see what's happening. First off, I should zoom out just so we can make sure there's nothing further north or to the southwest here on the Reykjanes Peninsula, or Reykjanes Ridge, I should say. And let's take a look, and it looks like just about everything is on land or very close to it. The outline here, that's our Fragedalfjall area right there, that funny shape. We'll get to it in a second. Let's check these out. A 0.5, 2 kilometers down, 2325 yesterday. This one is a 0.53, 5.8 clicks down, 2231 yesterday. This one just south of Grindavik, we have a 0.56, 4.7 kilometers down, 202 this morning. And right at Thorbjorn, we have on the, I guess, northwestern side, we got a 0, 5.6 clicks down from 1713. And the other one is a 0.76, 5 kilometers down from 2204 yesterday. So that is good for that one. This one is in the bottom end of Fragedalfjall's area, and that's a 0.78, and that's a 3.1 kilometers down, 13 minutes after midnight for that one. This is our location for Ragnar. That is the Siggy Fisher, and there is our Rebbe vent up here. Let's take a look and see what we got cooking underneath there. 0.61, 5.7 kilometers down, 4:34 a.m. A 0.98, 6 kilometers down, and 37 minutes after midnight for him. This one is at 8:43, a magnitude 1, 6.1 kilometers down. And north of the Siggy Fisher, we have a 1.39, 7.3 kilometers down from 4:48 this morning. Nothing further up there by our Rebbe vent, but we go up a little further, Lear area, 0.1, 5.7 kilometers down, 1855. And the other one here, not too far away from our sensor, and that's from 2139 yesterday, a 0.74, 4.4 kilometers down there. So let's take a look at some of these other quakes. We have a 0.77, 6.3 kilometers down, 2328 yesterday. 0.99, 7.7 kilometers down, 5:05 this morning. And up here, 1.43, 10 kilometers down, 5:28. And getting over a little bit further, and there's 12 yokel, if I said it right. Anyway, 0.8, 1.1 clicks down, 15:38 was the time on that. And over here at Katla on the western side, from 1409 we had a 1.5, 5.5 kilometers down. The other one is a 1.03, 7.8 kilometers down from 2144 yesterday. Moving up a little further, we see a little bit of action at Grimsvatn here, 1.72, 10.9 kilometers down, 2343 yesterday. And Bardabunga has a little bit more happening, and we've got a few, 1.1, 3.1 kilometers down, 1724, and 1.57, 2.9 kilometers down, and that is from 718 this morning. 0.98, 2.8 clicks down, 519 this morning, and 1.94, 2.1 clicks down from 447. 1.57, 2.1 clicks down from 1:16 a.m. and a 0, 8.2 kilometers down from 2013, and that is today. So that is a new one. Moving over a little bit, we see a few others here. 1.15, 5 kilometers down, 22:19 for him. 1.2, 10.2 clicks down from 22:03 yesterday, and this is a 0.68, 3.9 kilometers down at 3:29 a.m. today, and a 0.97, 5 kilometers down yesterday's from 23:31, and a 0.94, 7 kilometers down from 5:47 this morning. Moving up to Askja, we see 2 at Askja. This one right underneath the lake, a 0.72, 2.1 kilometers down, and that is 1:57 a.m. The other one is from 22:21 yesterday, a 0.67, 3.6 kilometers down. Only see one over here by Herdebreit, and that is to the west of it. 11:54 was the time on that 0.8, and it was 6.6 kilometers down. Zooming out, looking for the other quakes, and there we've got a 0.17, 4.3 kilometers down, 3:58 for him. Then we've got a 0.9, 5.3 clicks down from a 12:03, and the other one is a 0.8, 5.5 kilometers down, 18:20 was the time on that. And then we've got a little group here. I don't know if I want to call it a swarm, just a group. 1.24, and that is 7.6 kilometers down from 14 minutes after 1 a.m. The next one is 1.46, 8.6 kilometers down, and that is 9:17 a.m. 1.9, and that is 4.3 kilometers down, just about 4.4, and that is from 9:13 this morning. And a magnitude 1 to wrap it up, 5.5 kilometers down from 10:25. So that is what we've got for earthquakes in Iceland. Nothing really that's going to scare me or make me think that we're going to have any type of eruption. No imminent eruption, not yet. Just give it time. I can say it is imminent. It will happen within the next 5 years. I know. Volcanoes are unpredictable. It's just like a digital dreamer. Welcome, by the way. Mentioned that they say Kilauea could erupt within 2 weeks. And yes, absolutely, it certainly can. Good night, Adele. You take care. And you know, just to reiterate, we really can't predict what's going to happen at the volcanoes. You know, they can turn on and off at the switch of a light switch, really, and that's how rough they can be. Hey, Tanto is here. Welcome back, Tanto. Good to see you. I can't escape the song. Caught in a trap at the moment. Night Adele. Don't escape the song. I was born that way. Okay. Interesting. Music. All right. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there in Iceland. Let's go take a look at our next stuff going around the world, and we'll pop over to Popocatépetl and see what it's all puffing about. It's still puffing, as you can see, and you know it was puffing all day. Like when during the night. Let's go back. We got commercials. Oh, Hudson's Bay Days, Bay Day. Read all about it. Or is that May Day? Anyway, that commercial will be over very soon, I hope. There we go. And now we can go all the way back to where it started erupting. And I'm happy that we can do that. And I want to get it to that point. And that should be right around here. We'll see a little tiny bit of lava. This is at 2:55 in the morning. You can see the moon up there, and of course you can start to see the pluming coming out of the crater. And if you watch in this area specifically, you'll see it glow up really nicely. I'm just going to advance it. There we go. And there you can see some of that actually some lava dancing out of the crater, and that was pretty cool, just for a split second. And that's the only lava that I was able to see. Otherwise, everything was just puffing dirty, dirty, dirty stuff out. And that was going on. If we just expedite this by, ooh, hang on, I've never seen that before. Watch over here. Wow, a big shooting star. So we'll see that one more time, just right in that area. And but there it goes. Make a wish. Anyway, there you go. So pretty awesome. And that's kind of what we were seeing there during the course of the night and most of the morning. So if we carry on here and get to our close to the daytime shot, it's starting to lighten up. That's 5:23 a.m. and as we get on to where the light starts coming out, 5:55 a.m. Still steaming fairly heavily there, and then we'll get into our color mode, and that should be right around there. The golden times actually looks orange, quite orange, and that would indicate that there's higher levels of SO2 in the atmosphere. But as you watch that, if we do something silly like speed this up by a couple of times here, we can see it move on a little bit faster. Not that that's going to help much. I think we see it better if I advance it 5 seconds at a time. There we go. So that gives you a pretty good idea of the puffing that was continuing to go on, and it's kind of odd to see that in a kind of an orange color, but that is typical of higher levels of SO2 with the sunshine going through it. Anyway, that is the morning hours, and if we carry on here and move it forward a little bit, that's during the daytime, 7:08 a.m. As you can see, still throwing out quite a bit of dirty debris, 7:50, and it was continuous like that for pretty much the entire day. So lots of SO2, lots of stuff coming out of there. Carol Rogers, welcome, and hello from Texas. TX Mamas, stitching, oh, you're stitching, what are you stitching together? Anyway, that is the business at the Popocatépetl, and it doesn't really matter where we kind of point it time-wise. This is at 10:52. You still see that a very heavy ash plume coming out of there, and even if we go a couple more hours, 12:02, and keep moving here, and you can see it at just about 1 p.m. and then it lightened up a little bit after that, but still continuing, and it looks like it's getting heavier again here at 2:40. And if we put it back to live, that is what we've got going on there right now. So still doing its thing. So Popocatépetl is definitely puffing out some bad gas, and tephra and ash and other wonderful things. Popocatépetl is located about 70 kilometers south of Mexico City, or slightly southeast, and that's where it is. So we'll make that one smaller. We'll go over to the next one, and this one is Fuego in Guatemala. Unfortunately, as you can see, volcano gray, and that is not unusual for Fuego. If we go back here a little bit though, time-wise, I don't know exactly how far back it was, 7:40 a.m. And there you can see quite a bit of that pluming, and we did have multiple eruptions earlier from that. This is at 6:35. You can see it throwing out some decent amount of gas. And if we go back into the nighttime mode here, we may be able to see some lava come out. Let me see if I can find the right spot. How about right there? There's one of the shots. This was at 5:05 a.m. and you can see that lava had been ejected and is coming down the sides of the hill. So pretty awesome to be able to see that. And prior to that, I believe it was still in clouds, so I don't think we've seen much of it prior to that point in time. But nice to see a little bit of lava, but for the most part, it is puffing, same as a Popocatépetl. Lots of puff, no big action. Let's move to the next one. This is Masaya Volcano in Nicaragua. This photo was from 7:05 a.m. Their time. You see a very healthy steam plume coming out of the caldera, and there might even be a little bit of glow of lava in there. Let's refresh that one, see what that looks like. And that is the current shot at 2:56 p.m. and definitely doing its thing, continuing with throwing out that wonderful steamy substance of whatever's all in there, gases, etc. Next one is Rincon de la Vieja, and that is in Costa Rica. Looks like there's a little bit of snow up there, and that is interesting. Anyway, seeing the edges of the caldera there, not really seeing anything coming out of the volcano due to the clouds in the background, but hey, that's what we got. And thanks, Sue, for that 1 minute warning. I know, and I'm gonna do this one here real quick. This is Villarrica down in Chile, and it was from 12 noon onward that this was taken. And you can see it is off-gassing, doing its thing, but the cloud had built up fairly heavily, and we weren't able to see a heck of a lot. But that's what's going on there at Villarrica right now. The other one, Laguna del Mole, is not showing up. I'm going to refresh this just to double check. Oh, we got a much better picture of Villarrica, and nice and clear. And you can see it is definitely off-gassing, and that whole top of the cone there full of ashes. Polishes a snout. Uh-oh. Piggy. You're late. I'm going. All right, I have to go have my break. Piggy is demanding I'm going to go. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. All right, let's get the canned lava going here. And I'm going to go for... what? To wash them, dude. I did. I had a shower this morning. What are you doing, Piggy? Date break with who? No, I don't have a date break with anyone. I'm going to go take a date break for myself. It's Pepsi time. And Piggy, don't bite my toes. I have clean socks on. Now I'm going to have blood all over them. My name is Pepsi, or her name is Pepsi. Okay. All right. I'm going to go have a Pepsi. Anyway, don't go away. Hit the like button if you haven't done that yet. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. If I have any toes left, I'll be back. go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and I see a wonky donkey just got here. Piggy, your wonky donkey has arrived. Thank you for the welcome backs from John and JB and Susie and Tanto and Henry and Sherry, and that's awesome. Anyway, Piggy, your wonky donkey is here, so you can pester him if you like. His ears were twitching or something. I have no idea what was happening there. And there's Sharon Stewart saying, I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. I just got here too. That's too long. Too much to sing. All right, all cool. Your brother in the field behind me won't stop shouting the song of your people. Yeehaw, yeehaw, yeehaw. Yeah, that's that one, right? They're a piggy. All right, let's just stop the candelabra and in its tracks. Let's go over and have a look at bacon seeds. And of course, that was the last fun. Yay! And I forgot to load funnies. Darn it! We'll load those after. Anyway, our wonderful Piggy did send some more, and we'll see what she sent today, and see what we got. And we got a little shoe sniffer. He's trying to figure out if that is fun or if that is some one of his kind. Anyway, that is obviously some kind of a rawhide moccasin or whatever you want to call it, and cute little one. Anyway, let's get to the next one. This one is in a very white background and hard to tell, but I think that's a blanket, not snow. I can't tell. It's too hard to see. Blends in too well. Darn it. Might be snow. Yep. Can't really say for sure though. Let's see what the next one is. It's a sad thing, Hermione. Yeah, I guess the loss of having your munchies is always bad. I find that there's a lot of good brands that are just gone now. Honestly. Moccasins are my favorite shoes. Oh, cool. Anyway, that little guy looks pretty awesome. I like him. And he looks happy and looks well fed. So let's carry on and have a look at the next bacon seed. And majestic mini pigs. This is a grayish looking one. Nice snout bopper on him, and definitely I would just be happy to taste anything. I guess it would be a good thing there, Piggy. I'm sure that'll come back in time. And here's a happy looking fella out in the fall leaves and out and about enjoying his day. So pretty awesome to be able to see that. And let's get to our next one. And here we go. Having a snooze. When you get tired, you have a snooze, and that's the way it works. And that one looks like he's having a snooze on somebody's lap, and very happily snoozing at that. Yep, a pig in blankets, you bet. He's enjoying it. Next one is this one. I think we've seen him before, the couch potato. And that, of course, is a piggy on the couch. That's gotta be a couch potato if you ever ask me. Looking pretty good. And next one is this one. Had a rough day, playing outside too much, get tired, come in, lay on the couch. Couch pigtato. Oh, that's that's me daily. Okay, Piggy, we'll believe that. And the next one is this one. Oh, I having a snooze too. And I don't know. That's a funny looking snout. That is a pig, but almost looks like a dog's nose. So, anyway, that is the second last one. Let's take a look at the last one that we've got for today. And that is this one. And yep, and that one had a hard day too. And snoozing away. So very, very awesome. And thank you kindly, Piggy, for sending us those wonderful bacon seeds again today. And very awesome. And of course, I got those ones for tomorrow, so we're loaded there. Well, we haven't loaded them up yet, but that is all good. I did want to show a couple of the funnies here. Let me see if I can bring those up real quick. Sometimes I just forget to load those darn things. And we've got so many already that I don't even know which ones I showed and which one I didn't. This one here, I know we haven't done that yet, so let's get that one going. And it says my body needs a refresh button. I believe that all of us do. And that would be really nice to be able to do that. And let's see at the next one and see what it says. All right, this one is whoever has my voodoo doll, can you please take out some stuffing or take some stuffing out of my stomach area? Ah, interesting. So I'm worried about the stomach stuff. Pretty awesome. Anyway, that is a little bit of fun there. And the voodoo doll, I don't know, that looks pretty nasty. What happened to the eye? I don't even want to know. But anyway, pretty cool. Let's leave that be. So, yeah, I don't know if you can take stuffing out, but that's all right. I don't know if that makes a difference with the voodoo doll or not. Anyway, let's carry on and take a look at other volcanic activity around the planet. So we had a look at Popocatépetl, we had a look at Hawaii, we had a look at Iceland. Let us go to our next place on the agenda, and that would be Merapi. And let's see if Merapi will make us happy. First off, we got to get it onto Merapi and make that bigger. And see what we've got going on. And yeah, not very good. That is not live. Let's put that to live and see what it looks like right now. There we are, 4:17 a.m. there. So Yvonne should be sleeping, and we don't see too much activity up top. Some glow spots, and if you look down on the bottom left side here on the IR cam, you can see a little bit of activity there. Nothing really major, and I didn't see any major flows coming out of there today or during the night. Nothing that I spotted, unless when I was going over it, it was faster or too fast and I didn't see it. Let's back it up about hour and 45 minutes or so and see what it looked like then. Yeah, look. Okay, it should be back now. Let's see what happens. And 10 people want only, the internet dropped off real quick here all by itself, and it just came back on. So I'm hoping that we're not buffering anymore and that everyone can now hear me. I was wondering why we weren't able to move the stuff, and it was because the internet went out. Yep, hot mic. What crashed? The interweb is what crashed. My audio left. I'm back. Okay. should be back. And let's see, where were we? I was trying to get Marapi to show us some more, but I don't know why the internet dropped, but it is back now. And hopefully we've got people back here. Kind of beyond my control. I don't know what exactly happened. And thanks Wonky Donkey and Sharon and those people for saying welcome back. Anyway, I'm trying to spot more lava. Not seeing a heck of a lot here, and of course we're seeing lots of smoke and steam. This is back to 16 p.m. their time yesterday. Why is there smoke coming up there? That's a different shot. They may have a fire over in that area. Anyway, not seeing a heck of a lot. So Marapi didn't really make us happy today, and I'm a little disappointed. Skunks in the cabling. Uh-oh, I hate when that happens. Anyway, that was kind of what we were seeing now. If we go back just a little bit here, the present condition should show us. Oh, come on, go back already. There, 10 seconds is what I want you to go back. There we see a little bit of bacon, and the IR cam, of course, down on the bottom. This is from 422, so not that long ago. But that's all we got for there, and that's all we can do for right now. Let's leave Marapi be, and we'll make that one smaller, put it back on live, and we'll go over to the next one. And that is Mount Ruapehu, which is really all fuzzy. I don't know why. Let's see, it is not improving. Ruapehu, this one was not bad looking, and hopefully my internet is still working. Well, yeah, it's not that good looking because it's definitely got some issues. Oh, I gotta restart my bunny stream too, since my interweb went off. Well, I get that one going. There, that's restarted. I hate when those things happen. The ice cream boat crashed. Oh no. Oh, not the ice cream boat. That would be horrible. Let's see. Are we going to see anything in focus here? It's going to be out of focus all morning long. Anyway, let's leave that be. We're going to make that one smaller, and we'll go over to the next one, and that is the one from Taupo. Yesterday we did have a flea market there. Today, no flea market. So that is all cool. Looks pretty windy there from what we see, and of course we're going to make that picture a little bit wider. The entire lake that you see there, that is the caldera for Taupo. In the background behind these hills back here are mountains, and then that's the location of Mount Ruapehu. So a bunch of volcanoes off in the distance as well, and pretty large size caldera. Of course, Taupo is a super volcano, just so we know that. Anyway, looking at the signs here, of course, very windy, flags and everything, and we'll leave it as that. This, of course, courtesy of Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo, and hope you like that view. You can always stay there and get a room looking south, and that'll be awesome. All right, let's leave that guy be, and we're going to make that smaller and take it back off of that, put it back on the Marapi thing so I can find that later. We'll get over to Semaru next, and we got to find Semaru. I was trying to see if Taal had anything new, but they didn't. So let's load up Semaru, and again, it being quite foggy there, not a surprise. Bugs flying by, really not giving us any visibility whatsoever. And let's see, come on, you can do it, computer. And Oh, and now they want commercials. Commercials are for their gray stuff. That's always fun. And let's go back a little bit more here and see if we have any visibility at all further back. And let's just see. Yeah, very, very little visibility, a very poor outline, and not seeing any glow or anything at the top of the mountain there. Let's see if that'll improve, and still nothing. So we see a star up there, but we don't see any glow on the top of Semeru. Semeru, of course, East Java, Indonesia. And going back a little bit further, that's getting back into daylight at 1758 their time yesterday, and nothing visible there. So let's put that one back on live and not worry about them, and we'll make that smaller, and we'll go over to the next one. And yes, our good person there at the Lava TV Cams, he did do a 47-minute video, and that is a Mayon, and that is what he was showing there. Some nice plumage up top, and it looks like there may have been a little bit of some stuff heading down the hill, some little phoenix cloud or something there, if that is indeed what it is from. It's hard to tell from the picture. Anyway, just perusing through that real quick, didn't see too much of a change other than that normal stuff happening. If we move on a little bit more, let's see, yeah, really can't tell a heck of a lot there. And let's see, one more time here, just moving along, looking for any activity that we can see. Unfortunately, nope, I'm not seeing it. Okay, and the rest is no good, so we'll leave it be, and that is what we've got going on there for right now at Mayon, Luzon Island in the Philippines. So pretty cool. And let's make that one smaller. We can actually stop that because it's a video. Next one, I did refresh this one earlier. I'm going to do it again just to make sure he's not actually showing something. If he is, we'll definitely have a look at it. And that is Ta'al meditation. And nope, nothing new. 3 weeks ago was the last one there. But Ta'al volcano, of course, Madame Rutsa did another update this morning. And we will, that is from the 21st. Let's see. First off, I do have to comment. You see how red that is? That's indicating that there's a fair amount of SO2 there. Let's go give it a quick shot here. And why is that not moving? There it goes. We'll turn that noise off. But there is a kind of a neat red glow there. You do see the pluming coming off of the volcano and several spots, but nothing too crazy. It looks like it is getting up there and doing its off-gassing, as we would say. So pretty cool. Anyway, I'll leave that one be. I'm going to pause that, and that's kind of what we got right there. So Ta'al volcano are right in there, and you see a little bit of a plumage coming up of steam, and that's what we've got. Hey Derek, welcome, and let's put this back on Semeru. That is live, of course, and it is time for me to take another break, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to put you back here on the canned lava for right now. For those good people who are here, if you haven't yet hit that like button, please help us out. Give it a quick bop. And that does help the algorithms move up a little bit, and hopefully help us out with getting a little bit a bigger channel. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing and help us out grow that way. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. When we come back from our break, we'll have a quick peek at Yellowstone National Park, and then we'll also take a look over at Japan and see what we've got going on there. and then we'll hit our volcano report and earthquakes and SO2 and a little bit of the storms, and we'll see what we can do. So hang in there, lots more to come, you guys. And here comes some music. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll be back in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go away. And there we go, that microphone is back on. Welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. Thank you for the welcome backs from John and Sue and Henry, and welcome David Brewer. Good to see you. Thanks Henry there. Alright, so let's carry on. We're going to park our canned lava. This, of course, Rebbe in Iceland, and it's archived footage for those who need to know. And thank you, Chanto, for the welcome back as well. And we'll park that, and I'm sure Sharon Stewart will go, I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. Anytime now. Ah, there it is. I knew it was coming. And thanks, JB. Awesome. And let's go and see what else we got cooking. So we had a look at those other volcanoes like Semeru and Merapi and Ruapehu, all those ones. Welcome back, the boss. Awesome. Thank you. Let's go over and take a look at Japan. See what's puffing and popping in Japan, and hopefully I gotta just adjust some other things here, but yeah, we're gonna go there, onto the right spot, and Japan, where'd you go? Somebody has heisted Japan. I hate when that happens. I hate when Japan disappears on me. It is one of those things. All right, we're trying, and we're seeing if it'll come back in a second. I think we might have it, but we'll see what we've got here. They're showing commercials, and there we go. We're back to Japan. Good news, the ice cream boat is in. Just gotta make sure I still have internet connection here. Why is that not wanting to get bigger and better? All right, I guess I have to go through all of them here before I switch things. Yeah, looks like everything is buffering for some reason over from Japan. I don't know why. All right, it made it bigger. Let's see if we can get that on the screen. And it's all fuzzy. Let's fix that. Hopefully that'll fix. Come on, settings. That's what I clicked, please. And thank you. 1080p. Looks a little better. There we can see the ice cream boat is in. It's very early in the morning though. 6:41 a.m. there in Japan. Of course, you can see Sakurajima definitely pluming some very nice ash and gas up into the air. Your ice cream boat is there. They got some pretty good visibility, so pretty neat that way. And let's leave that one be. Let's go to the closer up view. I'm surprised it still hasn't done its thing. They don't have that one on recorded, so we can't go back. They must have changed things again. Anyway, that's what we're seeing. The off-gassing or pluming, and that is what it looks like right now there at our wonderful Sakurajima. Let's go to our next shot. That, of course, is supposed to be the close-up of that caldera, and it's not coming to life here. Well, how come? There we go. And that one they do have streaming, and we can go back and see if there was anything happening, but I don't know how far back we can go. It wasn't very visible earlier because of the cloud in the way, and of course we're not able to tell if there was any glow in there. If we go back into the nighttime, we do see some stars there, but no volcanic glow, or a lava glow if you will, in that shot. Hard to tell if that's a little bit of reflected light there or glow from the crater. This one definitely not showing much of anything. Let's put that back on live. That's what we've got going on there. Next one on our list is also still waiting to update. That is supposed to be ASO, And let's see what's going on here. Why are they being stubborn today? Don't know why it's not working. Let me refresh that one. While that's refreshing, we'll go over to the next one. This is Asama, about 100 kilometers to the west of Tokyo. And that one is definitely off-gassing. We see that without any problems. And that is all good. And let's see if we go back a little bit in time and see what it was doing earlier. And yep, with the stars out, you can definitely see some decent off-gassing happening there. Even if I'm going back to about 4 hours ago, that's what we had there. So it continued to do its thing, which is pretty awesome. Go back a little further, we see more of a dome built up on it, but that is off-gassing. And I think that's about it. If we go back a whole bunch more, this is about 8.5 hours ago, we continue to see the same thing. So definitely going to have a larger SO2 plume from that one. Let's take a look at ASO. There it is, and that is live. That is the sunrise, and nice streaks of sunshine. You can see the billowing cloud here, and that is the little caldera there, and we can see the steam coming up and out of it. Likely going to see a little bit more SO2 today from it, considering yesterday there was hardly any. So interesting to see, but that is a sunrise, and that looks pretty awesome. And we don't need to go back in time really, but just to the wee hours here, you see before the sun got up and over, it was like that. Why is it in 240? Should be there. That's a little better. Anyway, that's what it was earlier. So looking not bad, and back to now, and that is kind of the same view. So all good. Let's make that one smaller, and we'll go back over here. Ice cream boat is still docked, and we are still seeing that thing do what it's doing, and that's that wonderful volcano. And there's the close-up shot. Yep, still pluming away. So not much going there. Let's leave that alone and put it back on this one. Ice cream boat for those who need it. There you go. And we'll get back. Well, I don't know. Do we want to put it back on Popocatépetl? For, I guess, for the duration of the volcano report, we'll do that. We'll get it on there. That is Popocatépetl. I wouldn't mind seeing Fuego. And again, it's not live. Oh, no, not going to work. Let's leave it on Popocatépetl, and we'll read through our volcano report for today, since we do have a time, and it's not quite as big today. Let's start out with late Friday's volcanic activity. 5 volcanoes on the list. Fuego in Guatemala, light volcanic ash emissions to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at 1930. Popocatépetl, central Mexico, volcanic ash emissions likely to 23,000 feet, 7,000 meters, reported at 2030. Santiaguito in Guatemala, no recent volcanic ash observed, reported at 2300. Sangay in Ecuador, new volcanic ash emissions observed to 22,000 feet or 6,700 meters, reported at 2315. Ebu in Halmahera Island, Indonesia, discrete volcanic ash emissions to 7,000 feet or 2,100 meters, reported at 2330. And then we have for today, Saturday's volcanic activity, 9 volcanoes. Well, I guess Cebu set the benchmark, and Dacono had to outdo it. So Dacono came back with, that's on Halmahera Island as well in Indonesia, continuous volcanic ash to 8,000 feet, outdoing Cebu by 1,000 feet. And that is from 2,400 meters, reported at 1 a.m. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia. A VONA report received two 20,000 feet or 6,100 meters reported at 1 a.m. A possible volcanic ash emissions to 21,000 feet or 6,400 meters reported at 12:30. And Samancaya in Peru, unable to detect, reported at 1:45, at 7:45, and at 1400. That's because Samancaya turned on the cloaking field. You can't see it when it's not there, right? Unless somebody stole it. Wonky donkey, have you done something with Samancaya just to make sure we don't miss any bases here? Sometimes he does things that he doesn't tell us about. He's he's been testing out the cloaking cloth that we provided him. Anyway, Reventador in Ecuador, no volcanic ash observed, reported at 2:30 this morning, and volcanic ash emissions observed to 14,000 feet or 4,300 meters, reported at 11:45. Semeru, East Java, Indonesia, discrete intermittent emissions to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, reported at 4:45. And discrete volcanic ash emissions to 14,000 feet or 4,300 meters reported at 16:45. Fuego in Guatemala, no volcanic ash observed, reported at 7:30. I want to disagree with that because we seen at 7:30 there was volcanic ash. What are they talking about? Discrete volcanic ash emissions to 14,000 feet or 4,300 meters reported at 16:45. Good night, everyone, from Tanto. Tanto, you take care. Good night and sleep well. And hopefully you'll be able to get a little bit more sleep nowadays. Hopefully things are fixed up and dealt with. Anyway, let's see, where the heck was I? We had Samancaya in Peru, we had Reventador in Ecuador, and now it's Semeru, East Java, Indonesia, discrete intermittent emissions to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, 4:45 a.m., and again to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters at 16:45. Okay, Fuego in Guatemala, yeah, that's where we were. We know that it was putting out at 7:30 this morning, but volcanic ash emissions observed to 17,000 feet or 5,200 meters reported at 1:30 this afternoon, or 13:30 if you like. Popocatépetl, central Mexico, volcanic ash emissions observed to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters reported at 8 a.m. And then constant volcanic ash emissions to 22,000 feet, 6,700 meters reported at 14:30. And it was going all the way in between there, and it's still going, doing its thing. Sakurajima in Japan exploded to 9,000 feet or 2,700 meters reported at 8:45. And the last one on the list was Mayon, Luzon Island in the Philippines. Eruption to 12,000 feet or 3,700 meters reported at 8:45 a.m. And that should be good. That is our wonderful volcano report. We don't have any supplemental reports today, which is all good. Thank you very kindly, Sue, for sending that in. I really do appreciate your hard work in putting that together, and that is awesome. So I thank you kindly for that. And hey, the other one we didn't have a look at was we didn't pop over to Yellowstone, and we wanted to do that real quick. I don't know if I went there or not, because it was still Yellowstone has that gray screen when I don't show it. I don't know why. But let's go over there. Yellowstone. Hermione, are you going? No, Hermione's not going. Tanto is going. Or are you going too, Hermione? If you are, good night to you. Anyway, Yellowstone National Park. Looks like a nice day there. We do see some humanoid traffic. Bipedal walkers there. Not sure what that is. Looks like maybe a lizard or something there. And they're stopping and looking. I have no idea. It looks like a big bird or a lizard. Anyway, we do see some people walking around. Pretty cool. And of course, they're pointing this direction, but I see Sasquatches. JB, that may be correct. I don't know. Can't guarantee it and can't confirm it or deny it. Yes, I'm going Dr. Fox. Okay, good night there, Hermione, and Fluffy as well. Sleep well and take care. Yeah, so definitely some stuff going on there in Yellowstone. Of course, they have over 500 active geysers, and this high definition camera, of course, that swings around at different areas. So if you haven't bookmarked that site yet, consider hitting that link. Sue did bring it up, and you can go there. So all cool. And let's see, what do we want to get into? Do we want to go? Yeah, we might as well. Let's pop over to our earthquakes, and we'll get started on that. And we'll start out up here in the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. Go across the Aleutian Islands. We're not seeing anything really major there. We do have this little guy, 3.1 near Old Harbor, Alaska. Came in at 3:41 a.m., 25.2 kilometers down for that guy. And I'm not seeing anything sizable coming down the west coast either. We have another one out here, Petrolia area, 2.4. Yesterday's at 2022, 10 clicks down, or 10.3 kilometers. Nothing really crazy to worry about. Central America, though, I was seeing a few quakes there. We do have one from the Pacific Plate pushing against the what is it? A Nazca Plate. They're 4.7, and that is in Central East Pacific Rise, is what they're calling it. Came in yesterday at 1902, 10 kilometers down. Now let's take a look at these ones here. We've got this one, that is in Nicaragua, no, Honduras actually, sorry, 4.4, and that was yesterday's at 22:27, 10 kilometers down. Then we've got this guy, and that is off on the coast of Guatemala from 23:11 yesterday, 48.9 kilometers down for that 4.3. And then we've got a whole grouping here, and I don't know what they're calling them, Mexico, I guess. 4.4 on that one from 16:04 yesterday, 10 clicks down. This one is also 4.4 from 2:21 this morning, 42.3 kilometers down. 4.9 from yesterday at 1700, 10 kilometers down. And another 4.9 from today at 11:10. 10 kilometers down, and the other one, 4.6 from 11:05 today as well. So that's been a busy area. We got this one, 4.3 off of Guatemala. Let's continue to go down further. This one is, I think, Panama. Costa Rica, 5.1, very close to the border though. And that is from 4:45 a.m., and that is 10 kilometers down, so they would have definitely felt that. Just zooming out here for a second. As soon as my picture comes back, we'll see what happens, what's going on. Okay, not sure what it's doing. All right, let's get back in here. Bottom end of our Caribbean islands there, and this is close to St. George's of Grenada, and that is 4.5, and happened at 3:03 this morning, 131.1 kilometers down for that guy. The other little guy here, 3.5, Puerto Rico, not uncommon quakes for that area. Next one down here in Chile, top end of Chile, 4.4 from 3:18, 105 kilometers down for that guy. Next one is a 4.5, also in Chile, Calama area, and that's from 2023 yesterday, and 131.9 kilometers down. The other one right beside it is a 4.3 and that is from today at 2:33 this morning. 123.8 clicks down for him. This one be Argentina, 4.4, and that is from 1401, 155.6 kilometers down. And Chilean stuff down here in the bottom, 4.1 from 1 minute after midnight, 39.6 kilometers down. Checking out here in the South Sandwich Islands, we don't see anything out there. Nothing on the Antarctic rise or ridge, and nothing in New Zealand, nothing in Tonga, nothing in Fiji, nothing in Vanuatu. And we get over here, we see a couple in Papua New Guinea. This is a 4.5 from 1022, 107.3 kilometers down. The other one a 4.8 from 1811 yesterday, 10 kilometers down. Next one is a 4.4, and that is also a Papua New Guinea region that's it's off the coast of Papua, and that is Indonesia though. 4.4 from 107, and that is 10 kilometers down. This one right near Luotalak, that is 4.7, and that is near Dampu in Indonesia, and that's 6:04 this morning. And then we go up here, we'll finish off on these real quick. 4.8 from 2332 yesterday, 228 kilometers down, and that is still in Indonesia. And this is up in the Philippines, 4.6 from 921 and 35 kilometers down for that 4.6. Moving up a little bit further, still have hopes for Foxy-Jima Island. They're 4.7 Izu Island region, and that's a 940 this morning, 17.9 kilometers down for that one. The other one is the 4.6 from yesterday at 2042, 10 kilometers down. We don't see anything else there. And looking down here in the Indian Ocean, nothing down there except for there's one. We see it, 4.7 Indian Ocean and Arctic Ridge there at 2226, and this is what I was looking for. Near Melbourne, we had a couple quakes. This one is a 4.8 from 9/11 today, and that is unusual to see larger quakes there. And a 3.5 from 1244. So, yep, I'm going to go do the break in a second. I'm going to finish up our quakes. Thanks, Sue. And this one on the Arabian microplate, a 4.8 near Oman. And that was right at midnight, 10 kilometers down for that one. Next one up here in Iran, 4.0, 652. 10 kilometers down for that. And here we have one on the Hellenian Arc. That's what I was trying to remember a few days back, but that's what it is in Greece, not too far away from Piggy's place. And that is a 4.3 from yesterday at 2147, 10 kilometers down. Leo's barbecue is shaking. I bet it is. Anyway, we don't see too many others there, so what I'm going to do is we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we're going to do Hawaii. And look, I like it. And we got quakes. The lava's on the rise. All right, you ran. No, I ran. I ran. I had the rack and I ran. All right, let's put it back on canned lava. And we'll keep that going. There we go. Canned lava on the move. Here comes some music. Keep smiling. For those good people who are here, if you haven't yet hit that like button, give it a quick bump. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Help us out and grow that channel. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Thanks. we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching a VolcanoX live stream, and of course, on screen we got Rebby on the Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland. Archive footage, of course. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and John and King Colin. And time to go do our SO2 report. No, hang on. We got to finish off with Hawaii. That's what we got to do. Darn it. Let's go back to Hawaii and see what's shaking there. And thank you, Susie, for the welcome back. Hawaii, where are you? Volcanoes, no, earthquakes. There we go. Hawaiian earthquakes. Anyway, we're looking at the islands of Hawaii there. The only place we see earthquakes are up on the big island, and we have a few new ones. So very interesting to see. Let's grab this straggler out here. 2.0. That happened yesterday at 17:08, 39.2 kilometers below sea level out there in the water. Let's take a look at the Pahala region next. And that is basically this area. So everything that we mentioned will be between 26 and 37 kilometers down unless otherwise noted. So let's get at these. 1.8 from 1803 yesterday, and next one is a fairly new one, and that's a 2.0 from 1550 today. And getting a little closer to Pahala, we got a 1.8 from 5:23 this morning. Take off 4 hours to get a proper Hawaii time off of those times. This one is a 2.1, and that is from 23:08 yesterday, and that's 34.9 clicks down. We already know that's right in the range. This one a little bit odd, so let's take a look at it. 2.1 from 16:02 today, and that is 27.2 clicks down. And this one here, 1.8 from yesterday at 1855, 1.5 kilometers down. That is right odd. This one here, 1.7 from 1754 yesterday, 1.8 kilometers down. Something going on there. Let's take a look at the other ones here. 0.6 at 10:36 this morning, 6.3 kilometers down. Let's get these stragglers around the outside first. 1.9 from 4:19 a.m., 4.4 kilometers below sea level. This other one here is 0.4 from 12:37, 1.1 kilometers down. So let's zoom in a little bit now that we got the stragglers out of the way, and we'll see what these other ones are. This is a 2.0, 23:44 yesterday, 3.2 kilometers down, 1.9 from 3:11 this morning, 3.4 clicks down, 1.7, 2.5 kilometers down from 16:18 yesterday. This one is a 2.5, and that happened today, 9:36 a.m., 3.8 kilometers down. This one is a 0.8, 10.5 clicks down from 3.7 clicks down. 10:50 a.m. is at the time. Oh boy, I really messed that one up. 0.7 at 5:17 a.m. and 2.5 kilometers below sea level. This one is a 1.7 from 2:37, and there we go. 1.3 kilometers down for him. 1.7 from 14:53 today. Fairly new, 4.4 clicks below sea level. 0.6, 5.8 kilometers down. No, hang on, 5:08 this morning, not 5.8 kilometers down. How about I get it right? 2 kilometers down. How about this one? 1.1, 1.5 clicks down, 4:51 a.m. This one is a 1 from 14:16, 2 kilometers down. This one is a 1.8 from 11:43, 1.8 kilometers down. A 0.7 for 4:36 this morning, 1.2 clicks down. And this one is 1.8, and that's 4:29 a.m., 100 meters down. Interesting. Let's go look at this one. 0.4 from 14:36, 600 meters down. This little guy underneath here, 0.7 from 956, 1.6 kilometers down. His buddy right beside him, a 0.8 from 1418, 2.4 kilometers down from today. This one is a 0.5 from 1310, 2.2 clicks down. Let's grab that guy and get him too. A 0.2 of 1423, 1.7 kilometers down, 1 in magnitude, 1454, 1.4 kilometers below sea level. This 1.8 from 2316 yesterday, 1.5 kilometers down. This is a 0.6 from 1056, and that is 1.1 kilometers below sea level. This one is 1.2, and that's from 4:38 this morning, 1.6 kilometers down. This next one here is a 1.9 from 9:33, 1.6 kilometers below sea level. This one is another 1.9, 9:33, 900 meters below sea level. This one is a 0.6, and 10:47 is the time, 1.2 clicks down. This is a 1.1 from 10:32, 1.1 clicks down. This one is a 1.9 from 8:21, 1 kilometer down for that guy, and 2.2 from 8:17, 800 meters down below sea level. And the last one is a 1.8 from 11:44, 1.1 kilometers down. So it looks like we've got a lot of activity outside of the crater area, and not sure exactly what we're going to see here for an eruption, but some of those trails have been closed off in this area. Don't know if we got this guy here. That's a 1.9 from 419, 4.4 kilometers down for him, so just making sure we got them all. Anyway, that is what we've got for quakes there in Hawaii. Gives you a pretty good idea of what we've got, but also lets you know that we didn't see too much action there yesterday quake-wise. Looking at these ones here being a little bit shallower, seeing stuff that is right around that 1 kilometer mark. And that is maybe an indicator, like this one is 600 meters below sea level. This one 1.5 clicks down, that kind of thing, 2 kilometers down. They're not that far down. This one is 100 meters down, so who knows? We may be able to see a new eruption happen in this area if things are going to propagate upward underneath this area. Don't know. It doesn't have to come out of Kilauea. Halemaumau could be quiet and we'll never see more lava in there ever again. But you never know. It's Hawaii. It can happen. It's a tropical paradise, and your wishes are Pele's command. Ooh, Halemaumau. I hear you, Dr. Fox. I had a laundry diversion. Do I have to sing that all? Ooh, Halemaumau, I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. I had a laundry diversion. I don't think that sounds good. We're going to have to change that last word. That's no good. It's going to have a U in it. Anyway, all funny. All right, let's leave the earthquakes there. So interesting stuff going on there, and it kind of leads you to wonder, when are we going to see an eruption there in Hawaii again? And of course, I'm hoping it's soon. When others are mentioning that we should be seeing an eruption within the next 2 weeks, we could be seeing one sooner. You never know. Debbie Brady, welcome, Debbie. Good to have you on board. We'll see what happens there. But a little bit of actually, since we are looking at it, we have a little bit of SO2 coming from Hawaii as well. So that is an increase. Then that's not what we normally see. Just regular background stuff. So that's kind of neat. Anyway, let's a quick peek at North America, or Northern Hemisphere in general. I'll say what we've seen before, and let's take a look at the Southern Hemisphere as well. And yeah, interesting down there. Again, quite a bit of SO2 here. Still don't know where that's emanating from, and that could be from here, but we see an awful lot of it down in the Antarctic, and hopefully we'll see some snow or something happening there to get rid of some of that. Anyway, let's start out here up in the Kamchatka Peninsula, and of course it's a busy area with all kinds of different volcanoes being active. Shivlash, Bezimiani, Klyushevskoy, and Karimsky, and Matnovsky, and then we get down here to Paramashir Island. We see Ibiko and Chikarachki down there. Ibiko is doing its thing right now, so that's what's creating that upward plume, and I'm sure some of that is being carried up and around. We are still seeing some residual stuff, and this is likely leftover stuff that was from Sheldon. We are still seeing kind of a plume going in this direction, and of course Sheldon is right there, so that gives you a pretty good idea of what we've got going on there. Not sure what that is from, but that looks like possibly older stuff still floating around. Yukon and Alaska look pretty heavy with SO2. A good portion of the Northwest Territories as well. None of it is starting to look a whole bunch better, as well as Iceland. Looking at bottom end of British Columbia, not bad. Top end, no good. Alberta, same thing. Saskatchewan and Manitoba kind of following suit. Southern ends of the provinces are looking much better. Ontario, on the other hand, looking pretty darn good there. Same thing with most of Quebec, just a little bit on the Hudson's Bay side and up near the top end towards Baffin Island. And then, of course, looking at Labrador, and not bad. It looks pretty good out here in Nova Scotia. Sioux's got some good clean air happening, as well as New Brunswick, PEI, and those areas all doing a lot better. Eastern U.S., the levels definitely have gone down, and that should be a lot better for those good folks in that part of the world as well. Still seeing a little higher levels there in Ohio, West Virginia, and then a little bit here in Kentucky and Pennsylvania, but for the most part not bad. Western states looking pretty darn good, very low levels in some of those places like LA and stuff. So not we don't see too high levels, not until you get down here to Mexico City and Popocatépetl, of course, and that is throwing out some heavy SO2, and we see that kind of just plunking there because of the circulation right now. Most of it is staying put. We do still have that storm, and that storm has made landfall on the Baja of California there, so pretty interesting, and we'll see where that goes. That may end up going up towards Phoenix or into through Texas before it dies out a little bit more. Anyway, Central America, not that bad, but we do see fairly high levels there. Still most of it going into the Pacific until we get down into Colombia. Nevada del Ruz has got quite a bit happening there. Reventador is a little bit of a plume coming out into the water, and then it gets sucked back in. And what happened? Screen, there, I seen that wonky donkey. Map stuck. Why? Why did it do that to me again? Anyway, I hit that button, I know I did. Darn it. Thank you. Please update screen, thank you. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm too busy looking at the screen, the other screen. My bad. Okay. Anyway, there's our Kamchatka stuff, as we mentioned. The stuff coming off of Sheldon still in here, and I hate having to do that twice. That was on my bad. I should really pay attention. You know, the problem is when I click the other screen, what happens, it takes my primary screen off, and then I'm down to the little studio screen and I don't see it. Anyway, hopefully this will fix it, and we'll get that done. Anyway, looking at again Canada, you see most of the northern provinces here having stuff, and Ontario, Quebec, and the eastern provinces all looking pretty clear, and same with most of the eastern portions of the U.S. Very low levels. Western parts a lot better. You were in the groove, Doc. You were in the groove. Yeah, King called it. Yeah, actually, the one that I noticed that was a wonky donkey when he put that triple thing up on the screen there. That did the thing. I caught that. So, thanks, Wonky Donkey. Anyway, as I was saying, there's that storm off of the coast of and hitting the Baja of California and Mexico, of course, doing its thing, and of course Central America, and back down to Colombia. That's where I got caught, so all good. And that is a pretty normal looking, not so much coming from Sabancaya. Wonky. Is there something wrong with my screen still there, JB? JB, hit the live button. Chile looking pretty much normal. Lower levels in Rio and those places, Sao Paulo, that's all good. Good call, Wonky Donkey. I'll do that in the future. Yeah, that does catch my attention, you guys. The three in a row, then I can see it really quick because I turned it really bright on the screen, and I can see that in the chat. Anyway, Michael Volcano continuing to do its thing there, and then again these other plumes here. I'm sure we're all what? We're all alive. Yeah, we're all alive. Good. I'm alive. Anyway, let's continue. White Owl Volcano, north of New Zealand. Seeing it pluming there. And in addition to earthquakes, they've got a big storm or some kind of a low circulation there. And Tasmania, Melbourne area. I'm not seeing anything from the refinery, but the coking plants north of Sydney doing their thing. Tonga still off-gassing like crazy there. Not seeing too much from Yasur here in Vanuatu, but Gawa and Aoba definitely have been producing, and it's being plumed northward because of that circulation. That's why I did a triple dock. A triple dock? Yeah, I thought that you couldn't dock because you were driving. Your spaceship. Papua New Guinea is okay and pretty normal. Nuotulak looks like less today than it did yesterday, but Semeru, East Java, definitely high levels. Merapi has picked up the SO2 levels as well, and getting over to Jakarta and Krakatau. Hard to say where the stuff is coming from, but we know we have a lot of population, over 11 million people in Jakarta. So SO2 levels can go up, similar to Mexico City, and that kind of thing. Although Mexico City has 21, 22 million, I think, now. Anyway, lots of people over there. So higher SO2 levels as per normal, and we could be seeing some from Dempo as well in that area. Getting up here, not so much coming from Marapi and Kerinci in this region, and of course Sinabung there doing its thing. And getting over here to Halmahera Island, and of course that is from Ibu and Dakono. and they are definitely cranking up the SO2 level from what I see there. Looking at the Japanese islands out here, still off-gassing quite a bit. And getting in here, we see there's a Mayon. There's the SO2 plume from a Mayon. And going over here to Taal, we do see extra SO2 out here in the far reaches, and likely from Taal volcano and Manila, and of course the other areas here. High density population again for that area, so pollution can go sky high. Hong Kong, not too bad. Taiwan, normal industrial stuff. Shanghai, pretty normal, very high levels. And not seeing as much of a plume here from Suwanoshijima. Moving up a little bit. Sakurajima, not as heavy either. They've got a fair amount of breeze or wind blowing across there, so that spreads it out a little bit more, keeps things a little bit better. And yeah, we do have a little bit more at ASO today than compared to yesterday, but still not as heavy as we've seen it in the past. Moving up a little bit further, we take a look at Tokyo. Tokyo, not bad, and then of course coming out of Asama up in the top here, we do see a little bit of extra SO2, but not as much as there could be. So not bad for that region. China looking pretty normal, and very heavy SO2 levels in pretty much all of India right now, especially over in the eastern portions where you can see very, very heavy levels. Sri Lanka, so-so down there. Not seeing much from Reunion Island, and then of course South Africa, Petrolia area, and that of course is the our wonderful gold smelting plants down there. That is producing quite a bit of SO2. Looks like our Democratic Republic of the Congo has stepped it back up, and that's Nyamuragira and Nyiragongo, Goma 1 and 2 if you like. And going up here, Urta Ale in Ethiopia doing its thing. And of course, we see the heavy spots in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, and Iran. Iran real fast because I don't want to be there. And that is what we've got going on there. Even Beirut, a little bit higher levels. I'm surprised we're seeing higher levels in this area. Not common to see that. And going over here, having a look at eastern Turkey, still fairly high levels. Costs are showing fair levels as well. Not sure what's going on there. Have they got more fires or something? That just hasn't cleared out ever since the fires on the roads. And I don't know if that's just not going away or what the scoop is. The Aegean Sea is starting to open up a little bit though. And nice to see that. Most of Greece is all right. And we're seeing here Mount Etna is got a pretty healthy plume going on, and it continues to do its thing. Stromboli, you can see it's got its own little plume happening, but hard to tell how much is actually coming off of it. And looking at most of Europe, they're back to pretty much normal values for what we see there, so I'm doing a lot better. Looks like the up in the north here, we still see a little bit in Finland, but it's not that bad. And looking at Iceland, we do have a little bit there in Iceland, and that is just residual stuff floating around. I'm sure that will dissipate soon, and hopefully everyone will be okay. Anyway, I'm going to go take another break, and when we come back from the break, we are going to do a little bit of weather stuff, whether we like it or not, and then we'll wrap up the show. So for those good people who are here, if you haven't yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes I keep smiling, play nice in the lava, and pickled beets. Triple chocolate and pickled beets. No, 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 that's not a good combination. I don't mind pickled beets, but I don't like it with chocolate. All right, I'm gonna be back. I'll be back. And there we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching a VolcanoX live stream, and wonky donkey, you get yourself better there. We need you back at the wheel in about 3 or 4 days. So hurry up and get better. All right. And glad that you're on the mend, and we don't have to put you down, send you off to the glue factory. And thank you for the welcome backs from John and Susie and Sue. And Yvonne Kunkel popped in. Welcome, Yvonne, and good morning to you. And aloha to Kathy. Good to have you on board. And thanks there, Kathy, for the welcome back. So awesome. Yeah, so we are basically down to the end of our show, basically looking at what we're going to spot there weather-wise. So let's have a look at the weather map, whether we like it or not. We'll see what's happening. And first thing, of course, I'm looking at the circulations around. Looks like it's starting to get cold up in the north, and that's a good indicator that we're going to get cold air here in Alberta. And you can see that cold creeping down there. The warmth is not making it up as far as it could. Darn it. And we see eastern Canada is a little, what we call the Middle East, is getting pretty cool as well. Looks like Sue is still having tropical temperatures there in the eastern side. So that is pretty awesome. And we do see some storm systems out here. Tammy still sitting there. That's likely going to move up this way and dissipate. We'll see what happens. There's Norma, as I mentioned before. It's hitting the Baja, sitting right over top of it right now, and likely causing some grief for those good people in that area. That'll be both, you'll see there's a Mazatlan there. This is Puerto Vallarta here. I'm sure that they're getting a little bit of a remnant from that swinging around, but Mazatlan definitely being affected. La Paz there as well, and pretty much everything right there at the entranceway to the Gulf of California. So quick peek while we're here. Let's see what the highest temperatures are. 39. I see a 40 in here. So we got a 40 there in northern Mexico. Looking here in the regions of Death Valley, we see up to 38 degrees and nothing too high there. A quick peek over at Phoenix, 37. Wow, for this time of year, that's pretty awesome. And let's zoom back out and we'll take a look. 37 on Baja as well. Pretty toasty there for those guys. Doesn't look quite as warm in the Yucatan or the central regions. We do see that other 91E circulating here off the coast. Don't know where that's going to go. We do have another circulation over here beside Costa Rica and Panama, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua area. So that is giving them a little bit of something as well. Sliding around a little bit more, looking at other places. We see up to about 35 degrees there in Argentina, starting to see some heat come back. They are probably enjoying that. And moving over and taking a look at New Zealand area, northern portions a little bit warmer than the other areas, but looking down here at what we see, that storm system or low moved up a little bit, but it looks like it's right in between Tasmania and Australia. Melbourne sitting at about 11 degrees, 12 degrees and thereabouts. We do still see some very low temperatures here, 6 degrees in some places, although Sydney sitting at a comfortable 24, Adelaide is 13, and of course home of Oz, they're coming in at about 24 degrees as well. Let's see what the higher temperatures are here in Australia. Looks like about 31, 32 degrees, so We may be seeing the high temp in Mexico at 40 degrees right now. There's another storm here, 90P, and that is circulating just north of Vanuatu, and the Solomon Islands region be affected by that. And looking at here, Bay of Bengal definitely is getting a stronger circulation now. And this storm over here, Tej, if I said it right, that is sitting in the Gulf of Aden off of Somalia, and I remembered that. Thanks, Sue. So that's what we got going on there. We do see another circulation just off of the coast of Morocco, and that's also hitting up here into Portugal. That'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And of course, we got a low north of Scotland, a low here in the English Channel, and that is making their weather yucky. And looking at Iceland, not that bad. Reykjavik coming in at about 7 degrees right now, so all okay that way. Let's just put it on to satellite here for a minute. Just want to see the cloud associated with some of these systems. So Tammy, yeah, didn't get that much bigger, so I think we can likely leave it alone. Looking at the circulation just off of Boston here, that's drawing down that colder air, and that's not good, but likely going to create more rain and stuff for the eastern portions of the U.S. as well as in the eastern Canadian provinces. Looks like clear in Florida, and you can see where the clear areas are in the U.S. Of course, Norma here is drawing in and also throwing out a lot of cloud, and that is affecting the southern states, and then of course off the west coast here. With that cold air starting to really push downward, we're starting to see the fronts move through, and things are going to get colder for Alberta pretty quick, and we'll see that. Here's a massive circulation up in Russia as well, and hopefully that's not going to be anything too bad. And looking at that 90P, that looks like it's going to be a monster of a storm, and there's quite a bit of a cloud associated with it. So hang on there if you're in Vanuatu or Solomon Islands. You got some weather coming, and looks like the other areas are not bad. Forecast for what we see there. Hey, there's that town that Yvonne is at. What is it? Yogyakarta. That's where she is. Right there. We don't see the hotel, but we know it's there. It's right down in that region. So that's not that far away from the volcano, so pretty cool. And that is, I guess, the closest place there anyway. So yeah, looks like you got not bad weather there, Yvonne. From the looks of things, let's see if we go there and actually just take a look at your temperature. 23 degrees right now, according to this. So yeah, nice place, and that is all cool. Anyway, that is about what we've got going on there. Let's take a look at our cold temperatures. We're going to find the coldest temp on the planet real quick, and that'll be close to the coldest anyway. We'll see. So far I see a minus 67 degrees Celsius. Let's see where else we can find some cold. There's a 68, and we got a 68 so far. Let's scoot around and see if we find anything colder. Then, oh, I seen a 70 something in here. There's a minus 73, minus 74. And there's a minus 76 in there, right there. Let's zoom in just a tiny bit and see if we can spot anything colder. I see a minus 77 there as well. Around here, so it's being fussy for me installing. Yep, there's a minus 77 in there, right there, minus 77 degrees Celsius. I don't know if there's anything colder in that region. Oh, I found a minus 79, my bad. Do we have a minus 80? Come on, minus 80. Minus 79. So that is pretty cool or cold, either or. Somebody's saying they're buffing. Oh, I found a minus 81. Minus 82 right there. Wow, and that is pretty cold. All right, a minus 82 degrees Celsius. If I zoom in more, will it get colder? And that is cold enough. All right, so cold temp for right now, minus 82 degrees Celsius. And John saying he's buffering. My bit rates are okay, so I'm not sure why you're buffering. And stuttering. I am not stuttering. I'm not stuttering. Bit rates are good. Why are we having problems? You found minus 83? Oh, you must have sat there and waited for it to change. Oh, I can't take this. I'm gonna get, it's a first degree beating from Sue. Oh no, I can only find minus 82. Oh no, she's beat me. Darn it. All right, I had that as well, Doc. Oh, okay. All right, well, I don't know, something wrong going on with YouTube. Right now, my bit rates are stable, which is surprising. Yep, it's a first degree beating again. You found minus 83, but that's it. So, yep, and the warmest, of course, was in Mexico with 41 degrees Celsius. So that's all we got for today, ladies and gentlemen. A few extra storms around the world, and Norma being the big thing right now. Tammy going to dissipate. Not sure what 91E is going to do, or 90P over here, but hopefully they're all good. And this Tej over here and the Gulf of Aden, hopefully that will do its thing. And thank you, Sue, for your volcano report. Appreciate that, and thanks for the compliments on the great stream today. And yep, a 14 at home there for you. That's lucky, Yvonne. Too bad you're not there. Too bad you're stuck with 23 degrees Celsius where you are, huh? Anyway. I kive storms. I like storms. I don't know what kive is, but okay. All good. Still okay. Hopefully I will stay that way until I'm home. No, Yvonne. We're going to send the snow machine over there, and we're going to make sure that you can make snowmen when you get home. And how about that? Anyway, let's put this back on the canned lava, and we'll get the other stuff all going and happy. And we'll see if that's working. There we go. Yeah, we're going to probably get bad weather here within the next day or two, maybe even 3 days. Actually, before I turn that I'll turn the canned lava back on, but I just wanted to pop over to show you Popocatépetl is still doing its thing, so we got what we got. I hear it's going to snow in Calgary next week. Well, that's not unusual, Sue. Calgary, it can snow pretty much any time. I've had it where we've seen snow the 1st of July, 18 inches of snow on July 1st a bunch of years ago. So, and middle of July, middle of August, Calgary can get snow anytime. So there is not a month where you haven't seen snow in Calgary. Whereas Edmonton, it's rare to see snow in June or July, but not unheard of. So those are possibilities there. Anyway, Popo Candy Pedal doing its thing. Yes, my daughter too, told me that. Yep. Anyway, it is what it is, and Popo doing his job will put you back on the canned lava now, and time for me to wrap things up. I would be worried if that was the case at home. Well, Yvonne, I've been working on the weather machine, and I think I have it figured out. I can create snow. I don't want to run it here, but it can create snow. The problem is I'm still not sure of that off switch. There seems to be a malfunction. It's all software driven, and there's a bug in there. And of course, it's a Microsoft product, so we've got issues. Might have to reboot and update it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for being here today. I'm going to wrap up the show, and everyone, please take care. Tomorrow we'll be back at same time, same place. So keep smiling, and thank you everyone for being here. Hopefully everything will be all good, and we'll get some kind of an eruption in Iceland tomorrow, maybe. No? I don't think we will, but you know, you never know. Anyway, on those friendly notes, that's it for right now. Be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. A big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and Sue and Yvonne Kunkel and CND Boy and Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies. Thanks, moderators, for being in, and appreciate all of you. Also, a big thank you to all of the guests. I really do appreciate the Lava family sticking together and continuing on. I see we got 75 likes in there today. That is awesome. I'd love to see it. I get back over that 100 mark, but hey, we'll take what we can get. If anyone hasn't hit that like button, give it a quick bop on the way out. And on those friendly notes, hey, I see Arizona Snowman. Thanks for popping in there. Anyway, be good, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we will see every one of you tomorrow, hopefully. So keep smiling and take care. And Yvonne, I'm not sure if you're going to get some more sleep there. I don't know if it's still too early or not, but take care and stay safe, and get us some more of those nice pictures, and we want to see some. That'd be cool. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll say good night, good morning, a good day to all of you, and stay safe, stay happy, and please, the only thing I ask, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000. Good night, everyone. Take care, and oink, oink.
Bye.